kill them all.
I grew up obsessed with the game right out of the gate. It was kind of a rebellion thing, you know, it kind of like snuck to the arcade and played this violent video game. But this was so dirty and raw and shocking. I was hooked.
He is such a fanboy himself, and he's such a fan of the Mortal Kombat games and the whole franchise, that he's so excited to be doing this, and he's so excited to be seeing it come to life.
I'm keeping the conceit of what I want to do, but definitely hearing the fans and doing it for people like me, who is a fan. I know what I want to see. I hear what they want to see, and merging those two worlds together is not a difficult thing to do.
What's going on, Kev? Everything okay?
Trying to see how this is all gonna work. Rebirth was basically conceived with me just kind of thinking about existing franchises that I felt like I wanted to see again. And that was one that stood out to me, kind of felt like it needed a rebirth because it's been such a long time.
People are so passionate about this franchise, so passionate about it, and are so passionate about Rebirth, the way he did it. The production values that he got and what his vision is just really amazing.
And tilt towards us. The shooting schedule for the short was 2 days. The reason being is because I was paying for it.
He did this in 2 days. It was over a weekend, literally. I don't think any of us were expecting it to become what it did.
You turn back quickly to your guys, but when you turn and try to see the noise that's going off screen, that's a little bit slower, more dramatic.
It was something that we were all proud of. We just believed in it, and this is something that we'd want to see.
But it really shows that the community is, desperately wanting an awesome Mortal Kombat movie.
Then look at Peter's camera and go, boom.
It was his interpretation of the characters, which is, I thought, made it really kind of had its own identity.
I don't think anyone really saw Mortal Kombat as a new movie. I tried to flip it on its head and make it just completely different. Like it's in, it's out, and then you shove it in. Okay. With the approach of the visual, I feel like the essence of Mortal Kombat is incredibly dark, and that has to come across in the atmosphere. I want you to just look at the table. And then after he gives his last line and he says, we'll try a different method. You look up. Yep.
It's very dark, it's very gritty. A lot more realistic than, previous Mortal Kombat films.
Kevin really, as a director, he knows what he wants. He knows visually what he wants to see.
Is there any way you can take the hit and fall, and then I'm going to do a push-in, and we're going to take the veins and the eyes are going to go white for a second.
We're taking you down a whole new world. People who grew up with the old Mortal Kombat, it's now a grittier type of rendition of Mortal Kombat. It's something that I think befits a current audience.
I think enough time has passed since the last Mortal Kombat film, and people are ready for less sort of cartoony visions of these kind of things, games and comics and things like that. And there's a huge audience for it, clearly.
Audiences are far too sophisticated now. They demand a lot more from action vehicles. It's something that needs to evolve, and I felt that Kevin's vision of this was something that did that.
And then this way, by the time Baraka's done, he looks at her and he just walks past this way.
Right.
Mortal Kombat's the one that felt like you can really dig in deep and capture the essence of the game, but change up things that are a little bit more modern so that new audiences and people who have actually no idea what Mortal Kombat is could grasp and really enjoy it. But we're right now in that time where people remember and don't remember enough to where you can bring in new elements to elevate it to a whole nother 20-something years that the Mortal Kombat franchise has gone. I would love to be a part in extending that legacy for another 20, 50 years because this thing has really stood the test of time. This is the 9th video game. Mortal Kombat's not going anywhere.